push the button now. There we go. Yes. That's the man. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about Predator 2. I don't know. I thought the common conception of this film was that people really didn't care much about it. I've always liked this movie a lot. I always thought it was a really good follow-up. So I guess giving my final thoughts right away. I think Danny Glover was actually a really good choice for a hero. They did a really good job of writing him, and he did an excellent job acting it. The visual effects are good. There's some nice little bit of follow-up hints that the first movie did already happen, and that they're trying to investigate further into what the Predator aliens are. We get to see more of the Predator's capabilities, more different forms of vision, more weapons, more gear. Because apparently this one's a bit of a more heavily trained guy, but he's not reached top ring yet, so too bad. I don't think he's going to last much longer from after what Danny Glover did to him. So I guess I go from there. That's my thoughts. I thought it was a really good sequel. Genix.
Danny Glover, great actor, and especially around this time, he was really good as the hardcore cop
Oh yeah,
type of role.
did it for a few things. I believe we mentioned Lethal Weapon was another thing he did
Yeah.
recently around this time.
Um, it was also great to see Bill Paxton. He plays the goofball, but good good guy, best friend, and always there in a pinch type of character. And I guess he also just really wanted his checklist to go. I want to be killed by a xenomorph, and I want to be killed by the predator.
Apparently, he already knew there was going to be something there. It sounds like Zena's getting the microphone set here.
Oh, no, I almost forgot to turn my voice mod on.
We're hearing a little bit of background noise off you, just saying.
You probably were hearing me sipping my drink.
Ah.
Anyway,
yeah.
anyway, but yeah, the
Bill Paxton,
overall plot
awesome.
was fine. I say the overall plot was perfectly fine. I will say it compared to the first one, it does feel like it goes a lot faster.
Oh yeah.
You get the predator. The predator obviously makes his presence known way sooner than it did before. Um, like where the predator was like what 20 30 minutes in before it shows up and actually does something, where here you got a gang war going on with cops and gang members shooting each other in the streets, and
he's already there, hanging over
holding,
the building, just watching.
yeah. The second the gangs get themselves holed up in a building and start arming themselves up, predator's just like, well, time for me to play.
Time for some fun.
uh,
Got him in a corner
and
now.
it's like, and I have to say, this predator works fast.
Oh, he's very strong and very fast.
In fact, and as you pointed, how it actually has a lot more weaponry and gadgets. Yeah, this is one of those things where writers would take to later on add to the mythos or lore for the predator race. That the more tech and gadgets and weapons they have does indicate how high on the ladder that a hunter has become. The more stuff they have, that means they have had many successful hunts. So this guy has seen some action.
He's seen some action before. It's probably not his first
yeah.
romp on Earth, even for all we know.
Oh yeah, probably. But obviously, sadly, this hunt did not end well when he pissed off a cop.
No, he pissed off the wrong guy and got himself got real good.
But besides the obviously more weaponry, we also see a lot more to how the predators work. I mean, besides still the whole, they go after what they think is a worthwhile hunt, but we also learn they will only take trophies from those that they actually deem worthy. If they just go down like, pathetically, they're just like, no, I'll take your skin though.
Well, skin you, but you're not worth the skull trophy.
Yeah, because it's in total he only took
But
three.
King Willie and Bill Paxton and whoever the other one was. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the end we on the ship we see 3 skulls, so that's 3 people he deemed worthy.
I mean, no, for sure, two of them were because with King Willie, we actually saw his beheading and
Yeah,
his
and things.
clinging.
Yeah, um, and of course, one of the most famous things is we saw the Xenomorph skull, which of course would
With
later, of course,
later cue in the AVP idea, which has had
yeah,
mixed results, sadly. There's been some really good
movies,
stuff. Like the books and the comic
yeah,
books have
the
been
comics, yeah.
awesome, but sadly the movies have been kind of lackluster. There's been some issues.
Well,
Some of the
Well,
games have
well,
been good though.
what was that?
Some of the games have been good
Oh,
though.
and some of the video
oh
games were
yeah,
pretty good too,
yeah. It seems like they've been able to get it down great everywhere except
except
the
for the actual
movies.
films. Whoops.
Um, Mind you, they've only done two ever, but because of how poorly
How
both those
poorly
did,
they'd been, how
that's
poorly
probably why
they
they haven't
acted.
seen.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to go back to that particular
Um,
crossover
so,
anytime soon.
so considering how better the movies for the Aliens and Predators have been doing lately,
On Solo,
there,
yeah,
there, there is potential that they may finally give it another chance. Maybe
just
you know,
just make sure we get it right this time, and let's kind
yes,
of like make sure we are on the same page and not a PG-13 one. Because I think
I know,
that's what
right?
bombed the first one to begin with, is that they couldn't go
Yeah.
as far as they normally
Well,
would go with that franchise, with either
well,
franchise.
well, that and the sequel, while it did go to be R, problem with that was that the movie was too damn dark to see anything.
It was visually very dark, but also I would say there's a few moments here and there, depending on who you are, that it went too far with certain
I at
things
least know,
too.
yeah, I know of one, but outside of that,
There was one
I,
squick
the most,
moment that I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
but
the
yeah,
biggest thing the biggest complaint I heard was just the movie was so dark. Like they just for some reason decided lighting was a bad thing to have for it's like, oh yes, I would totally
I
not
don't.
want to see my
Hmm.
predators and aliens fighting and some light. No, let's have it a complete pitch dark. I
See, I don't
expected
recall that being an issue for me, but I'd have to double check it. I'd have to
I,
see it again.
I have expected Vin Diesel playing Riddick to show up. That's how
Stand
dark it
still, don't
was.
move.
But otherwise, yeah,
They
Predator
can smell
2,
you.
but yeah, Predator 2 was great, and I never understood why it had,
Yeah, I don't understand why there
disdain
was
for,
some like underground hate for it, and why it
but
was so
not, but
popular at points.
yeah, but nowadays it's considered, it's definitely considered a
I
lot
think it
better.
might be a generational thing. Maybe just the older people didn't get it, whereas the younger generation who was just getting introduced to it saw it and went, "Yes, more."
You
I don't know,
know, when
but
we were watching it, like I pointed out, I think part of it was just there were so many movies about crime in the city during that time period
maybe.
that people thought it was a cop out using that setting for the sequel.
Hmm.
Maybe that
Whereas
was maybe there's
nowadays,
some of that, and I would also say there's a lot of fantasy movies that for some reason were taking everything into the big city and on Earth and all
Oh
this
yeah,
jazz. Masters of
yeah.
the Universe, Beastmaster, among many others. So maybe
Yes,
people were worried that was also part of the cop out too, to make it a low budget, and then they weren't going to really try.
yeah.
I don't know, but that's another spitball an idea there too.
imagine if they actually made Teleman the librarian in a modern setting.
Don't you know anything about the Dewey Decimal System? Ah!
Oh, that hurt to hear that.
Go
Anyway,
down the
Ozzy's
librarian
thoughts.
tonight at 8.
I kind of said my thoughts already by pointing out why I think it might have been hated so much.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
I don't really have much to add after that long ramble you had.
And watch ad. What ad? Oh, the.
I don't have much to add after the
Oh
long
no, you don't
ramble
have
about
much to add
GX went on.
after everything else we've already said. Okay, gotcha. So I guess that's the general thought from the group. So favorite scene. Actually, I'll try starting it off for a change. Favorite scene. Actually, one I really like is Danny Glover's pinned by the predator, and he has to, and he's just like he's stuck there because he's just so massive and so heavy, and the predator decides to pull his hand free from the disc and starts up the self-destruct. So Danny Glover's just sitting there going, "Oh, what the hell? And what do I do now?" Because he's been warned that that's something that can happen. then realizes that the disc is still sitting there pinned into the wall, manages to get a hold of it and uses it to slice off the arm and slice the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then the entire rest of the scene is literally Danny Glover cursing under his breath as he's climbing down because he's also got a fear of heights while trying to get over to the Predator, who's over in an apartment bathroom trying to cauterize his wounds as he's freaking out a poor little grandma. And just finally, and the entire cavalcade of crazy with the Predator smashing through the door and out into the hallway with Danny Glover finally climbing through going, "Don't worry, I'm a cop." And the grandma just looking at him like, "I don't think he gives a damn."
I don't know what I'm going to say for my favorite scene. Now you took mine.
It's dang good. It's one of the better ones. The only thing I can think of that equals that kind of a moment is when the terror dog smashes into the Ghostbusters hallway in the apartment, and the old lady steps up for just a brief moment, oh, and walks quickly back in.
I could go with mine if you want to take a moment.
So yeah,
Razzie.
Junix, your favorite then?
I have to say it's probably the ending. Or I should say after the final fight climax, but just more or less overall, the final scene is he gets the disc thing and jabbed right into the Predator's stomach and chest, finishing him off and making sure that he's dead this time. He's like, "All right, I win." And then before he knows it, he's surrounded by 12 more Predators who just come out camouflage. And his only thoughts is, "All right, who's next?" um, and it does show that the Predators respect their dead because they help carry the dead body or their fallen. And as they're about to prepare the ship to leave, probably the leader of the group there,
Most likely.
and you also pay attention. He was always holding the little bone necklace around his neck. Probably signifies like something special to him.
He also looked to be the older one. He had like a lot of gray to him.
Yeah. Before he walks away, he stops and looks back at Danny's character, pulls out a old flintlock from the 1700s. It gives it to him and tells him take it, which is to emphasize what we will learn in like future material. If you successfully kill a predator and the other predators see, they will give you a piece of their own trophy treasures as a gift, because to them you just successfully hunted them, which is impressive.
Impressive. Most impressive.
And it's also kind of a level of respect. It's a level of respect from them, which is probably the most you're gonna be able to get out of them
on most occasions. Yes.
And then more or less it's like, all right, get on my ship. We're getting out of here.
Tom looks at power, turbines to speed. Danny Glover, you better get out of here.
So at least thankfully a C block didn't get destroyed, but he still had to get it covered quickly from a rocket propelled spaceship blasting off.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that whole scene just awesome.
All right, Zeno.
My favorite scene is actually out of the ones that haven't already been taken by both of you.
You're welcome.
It's probably the one where the Predator comes after King Willie.
Oh yeah.
Just because the guy's crazy enough to use his fucking walking stick sword that he pulls out of its sheath to face him.
Well, the thing is that he sees the Predator as his supernatural thing, and the Predator seems to be all but willing to kind of feed into that a little bit at that moment, too. Being mostly invisible except for in its reflection.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like it's a scene where anything else would have led to an epic fight, but it literally just leads to him just getting instantly owned.
Yeah, he leaps at him with a scream, and then all of a sudden, as the scream dies, you realize he's been decapitated and getting walked off to the spaceship.
Well, if anything, the Predator cleaned his skull very nicely.
Oh, yes, he had a very nice sheen to his scalp. So I guess that's about it for the Predator 2. honestly, I really like this one. This is one of the better sequels out there. I believe, since we're not going into AVP, we're going to actually skip to another good sequel, The Predator.
I don't know,
Predators.
Predators. But Predator was the terrible reboot.
The Predator, it will be coming after the Predators, yes, and that's gonna be the first one we're gonna be agonizing on, I'm sure. So stay
At least
tuned for
we'll have
those when we get there. But
at least we'll have something good after the bad one.
we'll see. I'm not sure yet.
I've heard heard good things about Prey, but none of us have actually seen it.
Yeah,
That's true.
just it. I've not none of the people I would trust to review it. I've seen reviews of it from. It kind of came and went real quick, like. So I never really heard any particular reviews on it. So it'll be interesting for me. I'm going into Prey having no damn clue what to expect.
Fair enough.
Anyways, yes, the next one's a good one. So stay tuned. We'll see you all next time.
Grimstreak Predator, guys.